Shubhodaya. Today is Diwali. Diwali is the festival of lights in India, and it is based on the most ancient story on the planet. There are two texts of Hinduism. One is Mahabharata and one is Ramayana. And both are more than 5,000 years old. Some say 3,500, some say, but the contention is at least 5,000. And Ramayana is the story of King Rama, who is considered to be, not considered, it's a scientific word, who is one of the 10 avatar. Avatar is when God comes to the planet, just like the second coming of Christ that the Christians are waiting for. That God actually shows up, takes birth to balance out the injustice or bring about a balance of the world. And the 10 avatars, at least the 10, they reflect the human evolution. The first avatar is in the form of a fish. So mankind started in water, and then it is as a tortoise. And each time, fish saves the humanity, just like in Noah's Ark story. There are lots of parallels. And then the second avatar is as a tortoise that balances the world on its neck, just like the Greeks. And the third is a half animal, boar, that destroys a monster, or they are gods and then they are demons. So it destroys a demon that was creating chaos in the world, the third avatar, and so on. Then the seventh avatar is Rama, and he is considered to be the perfect man. And the story of Rama is that Vishnu, the creator, was asked by his favorite, Narada, am I not the best of all your disciples? And Vishnu said, yeah, sure. And they were walking, and Narada was becoming very egoistical. So Vishnu said, okay, can you get me water? And there was a river nearby, and Narada went to get water. This is the starting of Mahabharata, of Ramayana. And he fell in love with another girl who had come to the river to get water. And he was so much awestruck by the beauty of the girl that he followed her and asked for her hand. And he said, look, I'm educated, I'm Narada. And he got the hand of the girl, he married, he became he started to take care of the family, and then he became ultimately a grandfather. He has children, his children have children, he's living a good, happy life, and suddenly there's a flood. And his whole family drowns except for the last child, and he's holding on to the child, and the river is taking away the child. And Narada now calls out, oh God, where are you? Like, I have devoted all my life, and where are you? My family is drowned. My child is, I'm losing. I've lost everyone. I'm in so much amount of pain. And at this moment, he finds out that he's just on the river bank, holding the pot for the water that Krishna has sent him. So the whole world is sort of illusory in that way. And there's a version of this story where Narada falls in love with a princess. And the princess says, he finds the princess to be so beautiful that he wants to attend what is known as Swamvara, when the princess selects one of the prince which comes to the marriage festival. A marriage festival is announced. All the prince that want to get married to the princess. She's beautiful, and they will get half the kingdom. After the king, the whole kingdom, and a lot of all the princes come up and they sit on a row. And Narad says to Vishnu, "I'm your disciple, so why don't you give me your beauty? Lend me your beauty so that I can get married to this princess." And Vishnu says, "Okay, I can't refuse you anything." And Narada looks into the mirror. He looks beautiful, and he goes and sits amongst the prince and hopes and knows that the princess will select him. And she goes, the princess, the ritual is such that the princess goes around with a garland, and whoever she puts the garland on will become the new king and her husband. And when she sees Narada, she actually shies away, and she avoids him. And Narada thinks, oh, she probably missed me because of whatever reason. He goes and again sits in front of how she is in the row of princes that are waiting. And she again avoids him and, in fact, makes a face of disgust. And Narada gets up and he sees that he's being laughed at. He goes to the mirror and he sees that his face is that of a monkey. The Lord had played a trick on him. He had given him a monkey face. And Narada goes back to Vishnu and curses him. How can you be so cruel? And I curse you that you also will be on earth, and you will be without your beloved. And the only people who look like me, apes, will help you. And only after blurting out his curse at Vishnu, the creator, he understands that it was all a game to make him less egoistical, that he has lots of attachments, that he has still got these desires to become a king and get a beautiful princess and all that. And if you have all those desires, then you cannot be having the same longing for the Lord God. But since a curse from a devotee has been voiced, now the creator has to come to the planet and go through all the pains of having a beloved and then losing a beloved and getting hurt by monkeys. That is how Ramayana starts. So the Vishnu is born as Rama the prince, and he is mandated to become the king. His father, Dashrath, is really glad that my son, around 17, 18 years, who has been fighting demons from his youth, is now going to become the king, and he's very popular. But the king has 3 wives, and one of the wives, Kekai, comes to Dashrath, the king, and says, "Do you remember that you gave me 3 boons when you were in trouble and I saved you on the battlefield?" And that story is not fully really told. The king says, "Yes." She says, "I know that you have declared that tomorrow Rama is going to be the king." Dashrath, "Yes, and the whole kingdom is joyous about it." She says, "Well, I want those 3 boons. As a king that you offered to me, you cannot go back on your word. So the 3 boons are that: one, not your son, not Rama, but my son Bharata will become the king. And two, you have to make Rama leave the kingdom, otherwise he's so popular. And three, he will have to spend 11 years in the jungle. He cannot come back. And he has to live without anything as an ascetic." And the king is heartbroken that Rama will have to leave, and he has to announce. He was planning to announce yesterday the coronation, and now he has to announce that Rama is going to be leaving the kingdom. So the king is heartbroken and he dies, in fact. And next morning, when the Rama, who is expecting to be coronated because he was told, is walking to the palace and he sees everyone is in, everyone is very sad. And he meets his stepmother, Keke, and he says, why is everyone sad? And she says, well, there was a planning that you are going to be coronated the king, but now not. In fact, you have to leave with your wife Sita, and you have to go to a jungle and live for 11 years without anything. You have to leave all the luxury and the riches and the kingdom, because that is what I had asked of your father, and he had to give me that one. Rama, being the perfect one, does not bat an eye. He says, Mother, is that all? Is that why people are sad? You could have just told them. I have to fulfill as a son whatever wish you have. And it is written that he did not, his expression, whether he's going to be coronated or he's going to be pushed out, ostracized, and sent to a jungle for 11 years, his expression did not change. And that is just one of the stories from the Ramayana. The Rama and his brother Lakshman, they leave with Sita, his queen. They leave the palace, and Bharata, the new king, still follows him. And Rama thinks that, oh, maybe he's come to, he's not sure that I'm still popular and he's come to attack. Lakshmana like things like that. And Rama pacifies him, and he comes and he says, no, I cannot be a king in your absence. So Rama says, I cannot come back for 11 years. So Bharata, the king, takes his sandals and says, I'm just going to be a representative. Your sandals are going to be ruling, and I'll rule in your name. So Ramayana is a story of perfect people. And when Rama is in the forest, a demoness rather, falls in love with the perfection of Rama and flies down. And she is hideous, but she makes herself beautiful because she knows the art of Maya and illusions. And she says, I offer myself to you. You are the most beautiful man that I've seen. And Rama says, no, go to Lakshman. I'm already married. And Lakshman, she follows him, and Lakshman in anger cuts off her neck, or cuts off her nose. So the demoness, when the nose is cut, shows her real self. And as even more hideous now that she's a demoness, she shows her real self and goes to her brother, who is the king of Ceylon, Sri Lanka, as it is called right now. And he's the demon king. And he comes and she tells him that you have to take my revenge. And moreover, I saw the Queen Sita. She is the most beautiful. You have to kill Rama and take Sita away from. And she is so beautiful that she deserves to be the demon queen. So Ravan, the demon king, comes and he asks another demon to take the guise of a golden deer. And when Sita, she sees in the forest the golden deer, who is actually a demon. She asks Rama to go and follow up and get the deer. Rama follows, and after some time, he kills the demon, who was hidden as a golden deer. And so he is lured out of the place where Sita was. But Lakshmana is still there. So the demon, before dying, he says, Rama, and Sita says to Lakshman, your brother is in trouble. He says, nothing can ever trouble. He's God himself reincarnated. So people recognize him, some of them. Nothing can ever trouble him. But she says, no, you have to fulfill your duty as your brother. Rama is calling out for help. And Lakshman draws out a line. It's called Lakshman line. That if you do anything, but do not cross this line ever, because this is your line of safety. And the moment Lakshman leaves to help, as if Rama, Sita is alone, and Ravana now comes as an ascetic, as a sadhu, it is called, as a holy man. And he says, you have to give alms to me. I am hungry. You have to give me food. And Sita, when she tries, he says, no, you have to come out. You cannot give me food from across the barrier. She says, but it's a line which has been drawn for my safety. I cannot cross it. And Ravana says, no, I will not accept it. And you will be cursed if you don't give alms to the poor. So Sita has to steps out of the line. And then Rama steals her away, kidnaps her, takes her away on a heavenly plane. It's actually written, it's a plane, and flies away with her. And then he takes her to Lanka, and he imprisons her. And but he cannot touch her. He cannot touch her because her energy is so huge that he cannot touch her without her willingness. So he keeps on trying to, you must accept me as your husband. And she keeps on saying no, and she's isolated, but she doesn't give up. In the meanwhile, Rama comes up and finds out that Sita is gone, and now he has tears of agony, and looks for her everywhere. Finally, he sees on a mountain, he sees, he meets monkeys, and monkeys, the king of monkeys tells him that my brother has thrown me out of my palace and taken over the kingdom. And Rama helps the monkey, and it is Sugriv, and the name of the king of monkeys is Sugriv, and the Hanuman is the minister. And Hanuman immediately recognizes Rama as a god reborn. And after that, the cult of Hanuman is born. And the cult of Hanuman is pure devotion to God. So much so that at some point someone asks Hanuman, why is it that, how can you prove that you are so pure devotee of Rama? And the story goes that he tears open his chest to show everyone heart, and in his heart it was the image of Rama and Sita. So that's a symbolical way of showing. So for anyone who is a devotee, Hanuman is the context. Hanuman, the image and the mantra of Hanumana will take you to the Lord. That's a belief, but the belief is so strong that there are more temples to Hanuman, the devotee, than to Rama at some point in India. So that's the monkey god. So all these gods are characters from Ramayana. And they say wherever the story of Ramayana is read, and again, it's 3,500 to 5,000 year old. It is, as per the book of Guinness, one of the two oldest stories and poems. The other one is Mahabharata. The Mahabharata and Ramayana, two are the oldest and the longest. And with help of Hanumana, and Hanuman is the monkey god, but he's monkey, so he doesn't really remember his powers. He is also son of the god of wind. And he has these superpowers, but because in his childhood he was so strong that he once even gobbled up the sun, which he thought was a fruit, which is another way of saying that he acquired the knowledge of the sun even when he was a child. And the universe was thrown into, again, darkness. And it was only by by getting him to open his mouth that the gods were able to restore power. So he was so powerful that they gave him a curse that you will forget your superpowers, and only when someone reminds you of your superpowers, only then will these powers be unlocked in you. And all of us are like that. All of us are Hanuman. All of us are God's avatar. All of us are the second coming of Christ once our consciousness opens up to it. But if we accept ourselves as just an evolutionary ape, then that's what we are. But once we accept that we are pure unconditional love and we have the image of God in our heart, just like Hanuman teaches us, then only our powers are unlocked. And then, with the help of the apes and the ape armies that Rama helps to get, Rama kills the pretender, the elder brother who had thrown his younger brother from the throne, and he makes him the emperor of apes. And then there's so many short stories. The new king of apes forgets because he gets lost in the comfort, and Rama is sort of like, um, disillusioned that the new king, he put him there in power, but the king has forgotten. And then Hanuman works as an intimator, reminds the king that you have promised Rama help in finding Sita. And then the apes look and find finally Sita in Sri Lanka. And Hanuman jumps across the ocean, which is the ocean of our immense world of temptations, reaches Sri Lanka and gives to find Sita and starts to destroy the demon city, which was all of gold and temptations. And then comes back and then leads on the attack with Rama to the Sri Lankan capital. They create a bridge, cross the bridge, the apes, and then they fight with the demons. There's a terrible battle. And one of the brothers of Ravana comes over to the side of Rama because he believes in God while the other demons don't. His name is Vibhishana. And he tells Rama that the secret is that you have to kill his self-esteem center. You have to strike out to the Ravana, King Ravana over there. And when on the first day of battle, Rama is, remember, used to be a king, but he's now lives without any of the royal, uh, I would say, accessories. So when he is going to fight Ravana for the Sita, he has nothing. He has just a plain bow, and he doesn't have any chariot. And Vibhishna looks at him. He says, "Rama, how can you go into a war against the demons? They have got chariots and they have got all sorts of armors and magical weapons, etc. How do you? And you don't even have sandals on your foot. You are barefoot, and you have nothing except an army of apes. How will you fight the king demon, who is so wealthy, with a huge army and all the accessories of war that you can imagine?" And Rama says to him simply, "My armor is of honesty and truth. That's all the armor that you need. The other side can have anything and everything. As long as you have the truth on your side, you will win." And that's how it plays out, because the gods help Rama, and after various adventures, Rama wins, the truth wins, and they bring Sita back to Janakpur, which was Dashrath's to the homeland. Ayodhya it was called at that time. So when Rama comes back triumphant with Sita after 11 years and winning over the demon of darkness, Ravana, then that is what is celebrated as Diwali. It's based on a lunar calendar, so it doesn't repeat itself as a Georgian calendar. So today is Diwali. It signifies the victory of light over darkness, of Rama over Ravana. And Ramayana is very, very, has got lots of small, shorter stories and lots of very rich characters. And even Ravana, the demon who dies, is blessed. He says at the end, "My purpose is fulfilled. I was the king of demons. I kidnapped Sita, but at the very end, for that reason, the Lord God himself came and interacted with me. So my death in the hands of the God incarnated is a blessing." These are subtler stories which do not take away from it. These are for experts who get into it very deeply. At a surface level, it's just a story of victory over darkness. And so are all festivals. All festivals are symbolical victories over darkness. And what is the darkness? Darkness is our own ignorance. The ignorance which makes us see that on the planet there is something negative. Okay, the most extreme form of negative is death. But because of death, we value life more and we live richer. So nothing, there is no negative on the planet. It's only our own personal ignorance of the real nature of the positivity. Because everything is just positive, unconditional love. We think, oh, this happened like that, so that's a negative. This happened like that, this is a positive. Everything is positive and positive and positive. Everything is a blessing, but it will seem sometimes as a contrast to have the game of life. If everything was just sweet, how would you even be able to value it? You need the opposite of bitter to be able to understand, yeah, this is sweet, and then go through life enjoying both. If you get something bitter, wine is bitter, coffee is bitter. A lot of people enjoy it, including myself. We are not trained only to have sugar, 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 and then end up with diabetes. We enjoy the contrast. So see everything as a blessing. Today is Diwali. The story of Ramayana unlocks in mystic ways. In mystical ways. Do not use your head. The story of Ramayana will unlock Rama, the perfection of the universe in your heart. So for that to happen, see in your heart the golden light of God in any form that you like. It doesn't matter. It's your personal belief, your personal trust, your personal belief is what is the armor that is always invisibly surrounding you. We buy, like in armies, get uh, tanks and this to save the countries, etc. But in reality, in your life, the invisible armor of your faith and love is all that you need. You do not need anything else. Just with the armor of your faith, that the Lord God is only love and love is all positive. There is no negative. Whatever I see as negative is my own ignorance. So remove that ignorance by unlocking your heart with the story of Ramayana and see in your heart God in any form of love that you can see, as an angel, as golden light, as Rama, as Krishna, as Buddha, as Allah, in however you think it is, as Jesus, as Mother Mary. Go with any option. See it in your heart. And let your heart explode with joy with the mystic sound of Om. 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 Feel the power of the devotee Hanuman flowing through you, the ape god. Om Namo Bhagavate Hanumate. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate. And now feel the power of the mantra Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Krishna is another avatar born on this planet, direct incarnation of God. And so are you. Unlock your own self as an incarnation, as an avatar. Feel the power of the mantra Hare Ram, Hare Krishna flowing through you, flowing through the heart and going and blessing everything and everyone. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Being Diwali, the mantra will flow in a very unique manner, freeing you and from all the ignorance, so that your kidneys are free of all fears, your liver is free of all anger, your heart is free of all sadness, your lungs of any feeling that you don't have adequate resources. That's what lungs feel sadness also for. Heart is emotional sadness, and your head of all doubts. It will all get cleaned up with the flow of Breathe in. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. After some time, the flow will start happening from your crown and flowing from your heart to everything and everyone. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare. Fulfilling your five obligations so that you have joy on the planet. Fulfilling your obligation towards the ancestors. Obligation number one. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Fulfilling your obligation to your parents, mother and father. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. To all the mothers, all the fathers. Hare Ram, Hare. To the male and female energy. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. To the Father, Son, and Mother Earth. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Learn from the mother the art of supporting others unconditionally. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. From the Father, Son, the art of burning for others willingly and happily. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Send love, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, to all people who have hurt you in any life, and whom you had a judgment at because of our ignorance. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Sending love with Hare Ram, Hare Krishna to all people, all partners who have been a part of your this life, past life, future life, in any creation, in any dimension. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Sending love from your heart, pure gratitude to the God in everything and everyone, in all the stones, in everything that surrounds you. At the heart of everything is a golden heart, which is a gift from the Creator. Even though things may seem, oh, this has no life, everything has a golden heart. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Om Sarve Ram Sarve Shantri Sarve Bhadra. Bless yourself. See yourself from this moment, blessing everything and everyone with total joy in your heart, sharing with the world, feeling Hare Ram, Hare Krishna flowing through you. See your heart as a smiling and blessing heart. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And everyone is sending blessings to your spiritual self. Om Namah Catherine, and everyone is blessing you so that you get your new job. Om Namah Dina, so that your health starts to balance out. Raja and Rita, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Al and daughters, Om Namah Shivaya. Irina and relationships, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Jean and grandchildren, Om Namah Shivaya. Marina and sons, Om Namah Shivaya. Paras and clarity, Om Namah Shivaya. AP and relationships, and success, Om Namah Shivaya. Rita and daughter and everyone around, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Rita and husband, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. ओम सर्वे शांति सुखिनः सर्वे शांति निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतम् ओम पूर्णमदि पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमेव पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते O Chinasya Chinani for the first life and for the previous days after the points of all the Kandam. Nine of Clay Sushin, Supresti Nam Nashidaki, Yakami Prasad, within of the Christian is what. Amin. Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Amin. Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om. Om Tat Sat. The story of Ramayana, it is very mystical. And definitely with this meditation, with this story, you will feel something heavy leaving you. It is a blessing to be able to hear and understand it. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and feel it more important. Just trust the story, trust the mantra, any mantra, and let it go. Today is Diwali. It is the victory of light over darkness. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah. But the darkness is your own ignorance. That, oh, I need more relationship, I need more job, I need more money, I need more. That is the ignorance. Your life as it is perfect. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Just serve others and you will feel your perfection. Om